Do you think you can still throw down? Like if it had to happen? Like if Jake Paul called you out?
Well, he'd probably fuck me up.
Really?
He's a really good boxer. He's a good boxer.
What if it was kickboxing? He doesn't really know how to kickbox.
When I was a younger man and I had good knees, I could be kickboxing people. But I could barely get through a workout without being in pain now. There's a reality of knees and backs.
Just also pointed out that a heavier Tank could take Jake Paul's punches more effectively. He explained that the goal isn't to stay light and quick, but to build a solid base strong enough to absorb heavy shots without losing balance.
This workout's fueled by Celsius, baby.
ChatGPT said, after Show Business Take, Mike Perry jumped in with his usual blunt honesty. He didn't sugarcoat anything. Perry admitted that Jake is a big, powerful guy with solid boxing skills, but he questioned whether Gervonta still has the killer instinct that once made him so dangerous. He brought up Tank's recent fight with Lamont Roach, saying it didn't exactly show dominance. To Perry, that performance raised doubts about whether Tank's hunger is fading. And when you're facing someone nearly 100 pounds heavier, it's not just about skill. It's about heart, toughness, and how much you still want it. Perry wasn't convinced Tank has that same fire anymore.
Jake Paul, if he wasn't this YouTube guy, he was just a boxer. And you see a boxer knock out the former UFC welterweight champion, not just the former, but one of the best ever. Knock him out with one punch like that. You're like, oh man, have you seen this Jake Paul dude coming up? He's fucking for real. Because nothing about watching him fight, to me, screams like he's in over his head. Nothing. He looks like a real boxer.
As the fight gets closer, all eyes are on how Jake Paul's intense training will hold up under the spotlight. He's been pushing himself harder than ever, going through tough sparring rounds and sharpening his technique to prepare for someone as explosive as Gervonta Davis. Every new clip shows a calmer, more refined Jake, one who looks far more like a true boxer than the loud newcomer he once was. But on the other side stands Tank, possibly coming in heavier, stronger, and more determined than ever. The talk of him weighing around 160 pounds, sparked by Showbiz's prediction, has everyone buzzing. It makes this fight unpredictable, a real clash between power and precision. Both men carry pride, pressure, and a point to prove. That's what makes this showdown feel like more than just another crossover fight. No matter who wins, it's already shaping up to be one of the biggest matchups of the year. So, what do you think? Will Jake's discipline be enough to withstand Tank's power? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
One of the greatest welterweight champions in the history of the UFC, and Jake Paul flatlined him with one punch. He's legit, and I've watched him hit mitts, I've watched him work out, I've watched him spar. I think he's legit. I think he could be a legit pro boxer. If he wasn't Jake Paul, and you watched his performance, like the way he knocked out Tyron Woodley, if he was just an up-and-coming boxing contender, I would say, that guy's a fucking killer. Keep an eye on him. He's got real talent. He's legit. Jake Paul is legit talented.
Joe Rogan couldn't hide his respect for Jake Paul's preparation before the Gervonta Davis fight. On his podcast, Rogan talked about how focused and disciplined Jake has been, saying he's more than just an influencer trying boxing. He's training like a real fighter, with hard sparring sessions and clear technical growth. Rogan believes Jake's effort is truly starting to show.
He knows how to fight. He's not like sticking his head straight up in the air and winging punches with his eyes closed. He's fighting well. Nothing he's doing looks wrong. And the fact that he's willing to fight Tyson, even if Tyson's 57, just the fact that he's willing to actually take a chance at Mike Tyson not being able to do what he used to do. Because that's what he's doing.
Rogan seemed truly impressed while talking about Jake Paul's growth in boxing. He said that if Jake weren't famous as a YouTuber, fans would already see him as a legit boxer who knocked out one of the top UFC welterweights with clean shot. For Rogan, Jake's calmness and confidence in the ring show that he belongs there.
Canelo Crawford, you got Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, that's happening. And then you have Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis. That's the state of boxing.
Yeah, that's
right now.
crazy.
Let that sink in.
Jake
That's
Paul,
boxing right now.
Gervonta Davis is so crazy. 135 versus 200. That is so nuts.
They're all exhibition.
None of them are.
Yeah, they're exhibitions.
But what does that mean?
Just means you don't really. Nobody wins.
They're not.
Right.
It's kind of. I mean,
It's weird.
I don't want
Tyson
Jake to
versus
assume they're not.
Mayweather.
It's not like a real scrap.
He also brought up Jake Paul's brutal knockout of Tyron Woodley, saying it wasn't a lucky shot. Rogan explained that he's watched Jake hit mitts, spar, and train closely, and it's obvious he's putting in real work. In Rogan's view, if Jake had entered boxing like any other rising fighter, people would already be calling him a serious threat in the sport.
It's not real.
Really? So they're not trying to knock each other out?
No.
Well, Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather don't like each other. They have not liked each other forever.
Tyson and Mayweather.
Yes,
But they like
Mike
money.
Tyson and Mayweather don't like each other.
Huh.
If there's a fight that might be real, like where Mike Tyson might say, "I'm going to knock this motherfucker out," or "I'm going to try to knock this motherfucker
It would be
out."
Then came the part that really grabbed Rogan's attention. Jake stepping up to fight Mike Tyson. Rogan noted that Jake isn't reckless or desperate in the ring. He fights with control and solid technique. The fact that he's ready to face a legend like Tyson, even at this stage, showed Rogan that Jake isn't chasing attention. He's taking real risks, and that says everything about his mindset as a fighter.
That overhook again, right there until I'm ready. Off the lead foot, boom, pop the head up. And again, here comes Jake. Okay, we're in a tussle. Lean on my lead foot, uppercut left hand, roll, and hook left hand down the middle. That is good stuff. Again, one of the things that we have seen Jake struggle with, even in the Mike Tyson fight, if we go back, one of the things Jake has struggled with so much is his feet. His feet get so wide and he gets a little flat-footed at times. And especially when he throws a big power punch, his feet get a little scabbed.
When the talk turned to Jake Paul's upcoming fight with Gervonta Davis, Joe couldn't help but point out how wild this matchup looks on paper. The contrast in their size, style, and experience makes people question what kind of fight this will actually be. He described it as one of those matchups that makes everyone pause and wonder what they're about to see. As the discussion went on, he and his guests admitted they weren't sure if it should be viewed as a serious fight. To them, it feels more like an exhibition, fun to watch, but not necessarily a battle for dominance. That's what keeps the buzz going, leaving fans unsure whether they'll see a real war or just a show.
Jab and the retreat off the jab. He stabs him with the jab, but look at how wide his feet are. If Jake tries to even potentially throw a right hand here, there's no leverage on it. So he has to get out of range and come back. Now this time when he throws it, step, throw, but look where he throws that from. Look at the off-balance nature of this. Like, that's still a good right hand, and honestly, if he lands it, that would probably knock Tank out just because he's that big a dude, but he's so
Joe then mentioned two legendary fighters to make a point about mindset. He explained that when there's real bad blood between top-level fighters, the tension hits differently. That kind of energy makes a fight feel natural, not staged. Comparing that to this matchup, he suggested that if it carried that same level of rivalry, the atmosphere would feel much more dangerous and dramatic.
that if there is a follow-up to any of these punches, Jake's either going to have to go straight back or he's going to be hit with something. Now imagine, same scenario, we get this exchange right here. Same spot. Bang, bang. Jake's overthrown the right hand, slip. Bang, bang. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying it's possible. There are things that if you look at Jake's game, and I'm not saying that these two sequences are everything in Jake's game in this Mike Tyson fight. It's not what I'm saying. But this is a pattern that you recognize with Jake, is that when you do see him load up on...
Now, this is where things get interesting. After watching all the training footage, Wade Concept started connecting the dots about what might really be happening behind the scenes. His prediction wasn't just about who would win, but about what both fighters plan to do once the bell rings. He noted that this fight isn't about showmanship anymore. Tank's team appears to be building a game plan that could completely change the story.
How he wants to knock out Jake, and he's also kind of exposing the blueprint to do it. If you're going to hurt Jake, you have to catch him off guard, you have to lull him to sleep with your timing and your power, and you have to clip him when he's overextended or when he tries to use his power, size, and frame to lay way and prey on the little guy. And Tank, also in this fight, has to be a bit bigger than the little guy. I think I'm seeing all those things happen right now, but maybe I'm making too much of a big deal over it.
Wade noticed that Tank's recent training clips revealed something more than just power work. He's not only focusing on stronger punches, but also training specifically for the kind of clinch game Jake uses against smaller opponents. Those sessions where Tank stays in control, while backed against the ropes, weren't random. They looked like drills to handle Jake's size up close. Wade's view is that Tank is preparing for a counterattack that could turn a routine clinch into a fight-ending moment.